Welcome back, my wasted youth. This is Rev taking you through Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition the right way. When last we left our intrepid hero, we had made it all the way down the cycling path and into a brand new area. Now, in front of us is a patch of wild grass. Nothing that we want is in here. You are going to find Ratatas, Raticates, Fearos, and Spearows, as well as Doduos. Everywhere from about level 22 all the way up to about level 27. Well, fact is, we don't want any of them. We have just come into Fuchsia City. That's why I guess it's so fuchsia-y. Yeah. Now, if you know anything about this area, this is the longest, biggest, most intensive spot in the game. Yeah, there is a ton of stuff we want to do here, so I tell you what. How about if we just go into the gym? I know, we've got a ton of stuff we want to do, and, yeah, it is not going to be good. Right. Invisible walls. No, they're not that invisible. See, that's one of the joys of Generation 1. See, in Generation 1, you can actually see the gaps in the walls. I know, man. See, even now, I'm standing right where I'm standing, and if you do look, and you don't really need to look that hard, you can actually see little dots all over the screen above where Ash is standing. Those are those walls. Yeah, they're not tough to find. But what has this guy got, and why do we want to beat him? Huh. Okay, so we are going to deal with a juggler. Not a problem. Now, juggler is going to send out Drowsy. Right. Now take a look at these levels that we are dealing with. This is a level 34 Drowsy. It's not going to be easy. So, believe it or not, I am going to try Wartortle. I don't know how smart of a move this is going to be, but this is definitely the way we are going to go. Oh, I hope this works. Okay, so I am going to try Ice Beam and see if Ice Beam will work against this Drowsy. Are we able to freeze it solid? No, we're not, but that's okay. Fortunately, his poison gas didn't affect Wartortle, and that's fine too. So here is a Kadabra. Okay, that's great. So one shot of Ice Beam. Will we be able to take out this Kadabra? I doubt it. No, we're not going to. That's okay. So now the juggler has withdrawn Kadabra, and hey, that's great. But here's the kick. Now, technically, Wartortle is the only one who gained any experience for that. Not exactly what I wanted, but that's fine with me. So I am going to switch into Lapras, and I'm not even going to bother having Lapras sing. Yeah. See, Lapras right now is so vastly underleveled against this Kadabra that any shot of anything that Lapras is going to do is definitely going to do far more damage to Lapras than it is to Kadabra. So, now in this, I'm really hoping that this will actually work. Wow, man. Look at that. One shot, just one shot of confusion, not even a real psychic ability, is enough to wipe out, and I do mean completely wipe out Ivysaur in one shot. Right. This is not going to be easy at all. Or is it? See, the reality is, if we really want to, all we've really got to do to make this thing go very, very quickly is bring in Charmeleon. And that may be the way that we're going to end up going. Now, fortunately, I am using both Lapras and Snorlax. Oh, do you? Oh, you know, I totally get that. Now, just because we can, I think it's probably a better idea if between every single fight, I go back and heal up. Yeah, because these guys are not going to be easy. So who are you? Oh, really? Strategy, not strength. Okay, not a problem. If that's the case, then you should have a relatively difficult Pokemon to use, and it should be relatively low-leveled. But you don't. Instead, what this guy has is a level 38 Hypno. Right. Strong enough that it can wipe anybody in the party clean out. So, I am actually going to see if, oh perfect, if we can somehow sing and put this thing to sleep. Now, Psychic is going to rip right through Lapras. if we are lucky enough to get one shot off, and fortunately that is exactly what happened, we may be able to get out of this. I am going to go with Snorlax for a start. And the reason I'm going with Snorlax is actually two reasons. See, Snorlax has got a relatively strong ability of, damaging things if it hits. It also has the ability Rest. Now, normally I can't say I'm a big fan of Rest, specifically because, the idea is you get all your strength back, but it takes 3 turns. Well, that's the kick. Because we have that Poke Flute, even if I use Rest with Snorlax, I can just have it wake right back up the following turn. Perfect. All of a sudden, Rest is no longer a hindrance. Wonderful. And just like that, we defeated Juggler. I know, man. Extraordinary. You okay? I did, as a matter of fact. I had you beat. Now, I have gone out of my way and healed everybody up, and I'm gonna continue on my way. Oh, really? You wanted to be a ninja? You know ninjas don't exist, right? I'm just saying, you can be a ninja if you want, but I think you'd work a lot better on stage with an assistant named Sharron. Why not? Okay, so this guy is going to send out a level 31 Drowsy for us. Believe it or not, I am going to see if Sing works. Personally, I don't think it's going to do all that well. If we're lucky enough that Drowsy can stay asleep for even a second shot, that'd be perfect. I am going to bring in Snorlax. Now, again, it's not that we need Snorlax in this. At any point that these battles go completely pear-shaped, and we definitely need some way of saving ourselves, I think that Charmeleon will be able to do very, very well. But for the time being, I'm going to allow other Pokemon to gain the experience, and in this case, that is exactly what happened. So, are we going to switch? In this case, I'm going to say no. Why? Because, well, we've got a few things. See, Snorlax is already here. I actually like the idea that we're going to get poisoned, because, yeah, why not? Poison is just wonderful. Okay, that's okay. I'm not too worried about this. We have the potential for Snorlax to take all the experience for one more Drowsy fight. And if we really need to, we are going to be able to just use Rest. Oh, perfect. That's fine. Not a problem. We might as well just use Rest right now. So, here comes Rest. And, okay, Snorlax is going to be put to sleep and is going to become healthy. And this is fine. So all of a sudden, we're no longer poisoned. Now get this. This was the plan right from the beginning. Exactly. And now, all of a sudden, Snorlax is no longer poisoned, and the move is still disabled. Great. Just what we wanted. Unfortunately, that is not going to help me at all. So I'm going to bring in Wartortle, and I am going to use Ice Beam. So, not a problem. Will Confusion just rip through this Wartortle? Yeah, it does horrible amounts of damage to us as well. So, now, fortunately, Disable didn't work. We may be able to get one more shot off. But this Confusion is going to take that Wartortle clean out. Hey, it didn't. Perfect. This could go relatively well. Now, unfortunately, yeah. And there is Recover, which means, all of a sudden, we really would like to have Kadabra hit and Frozen Solid. Now, in comes Drowsy, but we've already set a move, so that means that Wartortle is going to wipe out that one Drowsy. That's fine too. This is definitely not the way I wanted this to go, but that's okay. So in comes this Kadabra, which is already wounded, and even Recover will only recover half its HP. Well, since that Ice Beam did more than half damage, all of a sudden, Kadabra is no longer making offensive moves. That's great, but it is definitely not what we wanted. We would actually like to do a lot more damage than we're doing. And with this Kadabra just using Recover, this is not what we wanted to happen. It's okay. Not too much of a hassle. That is what we wanted. So just like that, let's see if we can just use Bite and completely wipe this thing out. Perfect. So, all of a sudden, Wartortle gains experience for that one, and this case I'm going to say no as well. Now, if we get lucky, and I do mean very lucky, we may be able to freeze this Drowsy solid. If we cannot, however, then all of a sudden, I'm just going to bring in Snorlax and let Snorlax take this thing out with one shot of Headbutt. But now Drowsy is frozen solid, and that makes him completely ineffective against this Wartortle. Right, perfect. This is definitely not the way I wanted this fight to go, but we did defeat a juggler and no one was KO'd. Perfect. You okay? Well, I get that. Yeah, I understand that. Okay, well, you have fun. Now, how about you? Oh, really? You've mastered Ninja Code Gun. Okay, great. You know what, though? One more time. Ninjas don't exist. Well, now he isn't going to buy it, that's fine too, but fortunately he is just some random tamer. Perfect. So all of a sudden we may, and it is a big may still, have the possibility of being completely paralyzed. Wonderful. Great. That's okay though. I can't say I like that, but Lapras is asleep. So now we are going to switch into Snorlax one more time. See, since Lapras was only going to be in there just to gain a little bit of experience anyway, it doesn't really matter if Lapras is paralyzed or not. I would prefer that not happen, but you know what, that's okay. Sometimes these things happen, and that's fine. We're not quite at the spot where Arbok is completely taken out, however, now we are. One more shot of Headbutt, and that Arbok is down. Lapras has grown to level 30, which is exactly what we wanted. Sand Slash, of course I'm going to switch out. In comes Lapras, and now we get to some of the fun stuff. See, get this. Lapras, first off, is paralyzed. Yeah, I can't say I like that. So all of a sudden, Sand Slash is going to use its namesake and slash. But Water Gun should do very well against this thing. Are we able to do it one more time, or is Lapras going to be completely KO? Well, to me it looks like, well, Lapras wins against Sand Slash. Perfect. One more time we are going to be using an Arbok. No, I think we're okay here. So, I'm going to see if Sing works one more time, and if it doesn't, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, not a problem. Now we are going to have a problem. See, if we can somehow get one shot of Sing off, I'm going to switch back into Snorlax, because, well, why not? And at that point, all we're going to do is just Headbutt, and probably one more Headbutt. It's still fast asleep, that's great. And here comes that Headbutt that I was talking about. So now, even with all of this, now we're raising the levels of all the, well, let's call them underling Pokemon, though in reality they're just lower levels. That's fine too. One more shot of Headbutt, and this Arbok is down. Everybody gains a little bit more experience, and we still haven't had to use that Charmeleon. Yeah, it's there because it's going to be difficult. But we did defeat that Tamer, absolutely perfect. Are you okay? Yes, I think you do, but you know what? You did very well. Now, everyone is being healed up, and we are just going to continue walking through, if you can still see, all of these little spots with little dots all through it. Well, this guy is the next one we want to talk to. Okay, not a problem. I had stopped here already. No, they don't really, because, you know, I can see them. They're not that difficult. Oh, they get difficult, but not in Generation 1, fortunately. So now, this guy has got a Sand Slash. Okay, that's fine. So, here is our level 30 Lapras with, Water Gun. And no paralysis. Right, perfect. So all of a sudden, we are not going to be stuck in that whole, Lapras is fully paralyzed thing. Yeah, and as I say that, we get poisoned. That's okay. At least we will be able to wipe out this Sand Slash. And, perfect. Wonderful. So now Tamer is about to use an Arbok. I'm just going to stay right in. Lapras is still poisoned. That's okay. We are going to just sing. And do exactly what we had done before. Lapras will sing, I'll switch into Snorlax, and then a few shots of Headbutt. And that will be the end of this Arbok. Which, man, that's great. So here comes Snorlax, and is Arbok going to wake up? No, it isn't. Wonderful. So now all of a sudden, all we gotta do is just a few shots of Headbutt. And then this Arbok should go down. Now, unfortunately, the Headbutt is not doing as much damage as it was previously, but that's okay. One more shot of Headbutt under the assumption that it hits. Wonderful. And it does. Arbok is down, and we have defeated one more trainer. Now, Snorlax has grown to level 31. That is exactly what we wanted. Yeah, he got it, man. I'm just saying. You did very well, though. Well, thank you. Okay, I will. No, man, I'm just looking at the shadows on the ground. But now, unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this episode. This has been Rev taking you through Pokemon Special Pikachu Edition the right way. Thanks for watching. Till next time.